UK Seasons project currently underway in the UK is proving to be a resounding success. The project is a springboard for young artistic talent in South Africa to showcase their work on an international stage. The project also supports work of more established artists. So, as I said, our reporter Janine Lee is in London. Let's cross over to her to find out more about the project and how our artists compare with international counterparts. But before you talk about that, Janine, talk to me about what it was like watching the World Cup as a South African there in the UK.
Wow, Leanne, I cannot tell you what it was like. We didn't actually get to the game, but we stumbled across a pub that was full of South African supporters, as well as a number of Welsh supporters. And the South Africans there called the Welsh supporters their frenemies. So it was all in good spirit, but I cannot tell you what the atmosphere was like. I had goosebumps, and when South Africa won, I had tears in my eyes. It was the most amazing feeling in the world. And what is so surprising is that there are so many South Africans living here in London, and they never forget where they come from. Their heart is always back home. And we bumped into a guy, he's been here 6 months and he's selling biltong, and he came over to us at the pub and he gave us each a packet of his biltong. So yeah, the South African flag was flying high, but it was really an amazing feeling to be here, and happy still to be here.
Yeah, no doubt, I can imagine. Listen, that biltong, did it taste like our home biltong? I'm not too sure. I've tried biltong in other countries, but South African biltong, I don't know.
No, I tend to agree with you, Leanne. It tastes better back home.
It does. Okay, Janine, let's get to the point at hand here now. So we speak about these artists, and we're trying to see if we can keep up with our international counterparts. So can we hold our own with the rest of the world?
You know, Leanne, without a doubt. Just to give you an example, yesterday we met up with some guys from New Brighton Township. And I'm from Port Elizabeth, and New Brighton Township is one of the biggest townships in South Africa, and it's in Port Elizabeth. And the thing is, these guys are absolutely amazing. They're here, they're doing their thing on the international stage. We caught up with them yesterday during rehearsals with their UK counterparts. And I'm telling you, they are absolutely fantastic, if not better than their UK counterparts. And what they're doing, these guys from New Brighton, they're taking what township life is like in New Brighton, and they're sharing it with their UK counterparts. And in a couple of days' time, they're going to put on a performance comparing the two inner cities, what's happening here, inner city London, and what's happening in townships in Port Elizabeth, here on a world stage in London. Yeah. So we're up there, Leanne, with the best of them, without a doubt.
I'm so glad. But tell us a little bit more about the Seasons project. What are the things that are actually on offer?
Leanne, you will remember it actually started two years ago. I think you and I chatted when just before Nelson Mandela died, and we were in France with the very same project. And you'll remember how the Eiffel Tower was lit up in the South African flag with lights.
Yes.
And it's the same project. And what they do is they identify talents in South Africa. They bring that talent over to the UK, and they expose them to what is on offer here. And what it does is it opens doors for these young and upcoming artists, because their trip is sponsored. They get massive exposure. And just to give you an example, Leanne, we were in a gallery yesterday with a young girl from one of the townships in Cape Town. It was an art exhibition, a South African art exhibition, and her work was up there with well-renowned artists from all over the world. And some of these pieces that are coming out of South Africa, they're commanding prices of in excess of 200,000 Rand. So it gives you an idea just how good these people are that come from South Africa, and it's so amazing to see. And it's not only art, it's theatre, it's visual production, and there is so much on offer. Filmmakers, everybody is here, and it's a result of the South African UK Seasons project, where the South African government gives these guys a great kickstart to start their careers and hopefully get rid of that struggling artist title that we so often hear about.
Janine, will this project be expanding its footprint? Do you know about that?
Sorry, Leanne, could you just repeat that? One of those big red buses went past. I missed that.
Yeah, maybe it's Valen driving past, ABSA red bus. Anyway, will the project be expanding its footprint? Do you know?
Yes, I think it's going to. We had some chats with the organisers yesterday, and they were talking about possibly taking it to Russia, taking it to Brazil, and taking it to China. So that's on offer, and I think, can you imagine what it's going to be like if we can collaborate with those countries and have this massive intercultural exchange of, the arts, which will be absolutely magnificent. And a little bit later today, Leanne, we're going to meet up with some government officials from the UK and from South Africa, and there's going to be a series of bilateral talks. And I think this, exactly what we mentioned, taking this project forward to other countries, including the African continent, that is going to be on the table with those talks today. And hopefully tomorrow or the next couple of days, we will be able to update you with some of the things that come out of those talks, and it will only be positive.
Excellent. Janine Lee, thank you very much for talking to us. Enjoy the rest of your time in London, and we look forward to chatting to you again while you're there, and most definitely finding out about the World Cup. So thank you again for being with us here on the programme. Janine Lee out in London, looking at the UK Seasons project that's currently underway in the UK. Good timing, don't you think? As the rugby's on, why not? I think that's a fantastic thing. Really, the project is a springboard for young artistic talent in South Africa to showcase their work on an international stage. Let's take a break. News.